There are many irrational thoughts that may be keeping you stuck in your weight loss journey.
Absolutely. And we have worked with thousands of women through their weight loss journeys, and we know that there are many, many, many reasons why women are carrying around extra weight.
Some of the reasons could be like you have had multiple pregnancies and you never had the chance in between your pregnancies to actually shed the pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Another reason is you just love food too much and you eat too much.
Yeah, or lots of other things that we hear are like stressful circumstances in your life, moving, the death of a loved one, separation or divorce, some of those big life events that happen where the stress is just like bombarding us and we turn to food.
Exactly. But there is still another reason that may be holding you back from your weight loss.
Mm-hmm.
So stay tuned.
That's right. Today we're going to talk all about one of the big irrational thoughts that so many women have that's keeping them stuck in their weight loss journey.
So welcome back. And today we want to talk about that one irrational thought that may be keeping you stuck.
Mm-hmm.
And here it is. You're afraid to change.
Mm-hmm.
That's such an easy statement to say.
Oh, yeah.
Because it just kind of comes out of rolls off the tongue, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what does it actually mean when you're afraid to change?
Mm-hmm. And I want to say that there's kind of two parts to this irrational thought. And the first is that you're afraid to change. The second part of it is that you've got a big, deep, dark secret that you are holding on to about your weight. And so often what it kind of turns out to be is that the number that the scale is telling you is something that you are holding on so deep and so strongly to. And the only person in the whole entire world who has ever seen that number is you and the doctor.
That's right. So it's these deep, dark secrets that could be holding you back.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we mean when we're afraid to change.
Mm-hmm.
We're afraid to be vulnerable,
mm-hmm.
to actually open up and share those deep, dark secrets. And those deep, dark secrets hold a lot of power over us.
So much power over us. And we often talk about how what we hold in the dark holds so much power over us. And I just want to say that the other aspect of this, because so often, not all women have a significant other or a spouse, but so often it's in that relationship where we're holding that number so secret. And it's like we're walking around pretending that nobody will notice if we are overweight or if we have, if we're overeating, if we have all these behaviors that we're involved in, too much snacking, too much junk food, hiding food. We think nobody will notice if they don't know the number on the scale. It's like this big elephant in the room that everybody knows is there because people can see you. People can see if you're carrying extra weight.
They just don't know the number.
Mm-hmm.
And we think if they don't know the number, it's not really there.
Yeah, that we can just kind of like pretend it isn't a thing.
But it is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it is time that we bring everything into the light. Like we talk a lot about surrendering it all to God. We have to lay it before God. We have to invite God into the journey. We say invite God to the table because what we do in secret, God knows anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's time that we get rid of the fear of change and actually open up to someone.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you can't just go and blurt this out to any old person. You have to have someone that you feel confident in who can actually help you.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's your spouse, and maybe it's not right now.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not saying that that's the very first thing that you should go do. We just know from having worked with so many women that especially in that relationship, so many women struggle to be vulnerable about their body image, about their weight loss issues, about all of that. And, we've got to take the power back. And so a first step, if you don't feel like you have somebody to trust at the moment, even if you get a journal and write it down, that will be hard for you to do if you've never written it down, because it's making it real. And that's the thing about telling it to somebody is that it makes it real. You can't hide behind the fact that nobody knows anymore because it's real.
That's right. And if you are afraid of somebody finding your journal, then rip the page out and shred it.
Yeah.
Or burn it. But write it down, because when you write it down, you're more apt to start the right behaviors to correct the situation, to actually make the change.
Mm-hmm. And another big part of this being scared to change, I think is this idea that if we want to become somebody different, if we want to shed the weight, we essentially have to shed a lot of our behaviors. And so a lot of who we are is going to change, and that can be scary. But what we want to focus on is that in those moments where it feels so scary to change because you are kind of becoming a new person, you might be becoming a new person in your habits, but you're not going to be a different person in who God made you to be.
Exactly. Because, we have a lot of women that tell us, well, I don't want to change my personality. I don't want to become someone who no one likes.
Yeah.
They're afraid of losing their identity in themselves, who they view themselves as right now. So you might think that, you're a loving person, you're a generous person, you're a giving, caring person, and you don't want that aspect of your life to change. And we're here to tell you that's not going to change. When you invite God into your weight loss every single day of the journey, you're just going to become more of that loving, caring person. You're not going to get less of it. You're going to get less of the pounds, but more of the loving, caring person.
Exactly. Because like Ruth said, on that journey, God is going to do a work in you, because losing weight is a journey. That's why it's so vital that we invite God into the process, because he wants to work through you. He wants to work in and through you on your weight loss journey to mold you, to refine you through fire, right?
That's right. Absolutely.
And he will. Trust us when we tell you, he will do that. And you will become more like him through this journey.
And that's what we're all striving for, is to become more like Jesus every day, even in our weight loss journey.
So we just want to ask you right now, if you're still here watching, we are passionate about trying to get this message out to other women, because we are living in this world where so many Christian women are living defeated. And so, we have to break those chains. We have to bring all things into the light. And so we would just ask for your help right now. Would you subscribe to this channel, click on that bell notification, and leave us a comment as well, because all of those things help with the algorithms. And you know what? We need to get this information out there, because we've got to stop living defeated as Christian women.
That's right. We are overcomers, and you are an overcomer. So thank you for doing that. And we also want to say that if this is interesting to you, and if you want help in making that change and you don't know where to start, we want to encourage you right now to put the comment coaching in the comments. Just type the word coaching in the comments, and we will respond to you and to your comments, because we have just opened up very few, it's a limited amount of spots where we are doing one-on-one coaching so that you can get unstuck in your weight loss journey
and work through some of these irrational thoughts that we get stuck in. And I just want to say, we've just opened up some new spots. We have not been doing one-to-one coaching for a little while because I have small children and I'm finally at the point where we're ready to get back to it, because we know that it's the women who have that one-to-one coaching where you're able to work through all the things, where we will walk with you every step of the journey. We will give you a plan. We'll keep you accountable. We'll help you work through all of these irrational thoughts. And it's the women that do all that work, that go through that whole journey. They're the ones that get unstuck, that overcome those irrational thoughts, or they learn how to manage the irrational thoughts is probably the better way to say it, because we're always going to have them, but we've got to learn how to shift them. And they're the ones that get results.
And you know what? We just want to end with a Bible verse. And the Bible verse goes like this: I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you. And so that's our goal as well. We want to help you become prosperous in your weight loss journey, to help you get unstuck, to make the change, because we know that with God in the journey, all things are possible.
Exactly. And so put the word coaching down there in the comment section. We will reach out. We will maybe get on a call to see if it's a fit for you and for us. There is a cost involved. We're going to tell you that this is not free, because what you pay for, you pay attention to.
That's right.
And until you're ready to invest in yourself, honestly, you're not really ready to do it.
So think about that. Type the word coaching if this is interesting to you, and we can't wait to maybe work with you, because we love helping women get unstuck. And we love helping women reach their goals and learn to become more like Jesus every day.
Mm-hmm. So thanks for being here. And until next time, treat your body like a temple,
Not a trash can.